Maine farmers are voicing frustrations today about federal funding they were promised, but they say they're not receiving, and no one seems to know if that will change. Local farmers receive funding through a program called Climate Smart Commodities. It helps them balance their books and move towards sustainable farming. All of that is up in the air right now.
Thousands of American farmers have budgeted for 2025 and the coming years based on signed USDA contracts.
At the Milk House in Monmouth, Caitlin Frame and Andy Smith care for about 250 acres. To offset some of their operating costs, they installed solar panels.
We installed a solar array on our barn and were awarded a REAP grant, and we have not received the $20,000 that we signed a contract for.
Andy says the total cost was more than $70,000. He's relying on that $20,000 reimbursement. He fears it will never come.
We've paid all of our bills. All of our contractors have been paid. So we're at this point just being impacted.
At New Spoke Farm in West Paris, Janelle Plummer has had 3 successful seasons of direct-to-consumer sales. She thought she was headed in the right direction using the Climate Smart Commodities program.
We had insurance or, like verbal commitment that we were going to receive up to $43,000 in funding from now through 2028.
Plummer hoped to use this funding to help hire the farm's first employee.
I came up farming knowing about these programs and thinking that they would be available for me.
Being a farmer is really a labor of love.
Michael Levine says when he and his wife found land in Hollis with a deer fence already built, the idea for their Avalon Acres was born. Levine also has smart farming commodity funds tied up.
And it was only for about $2,500, but for us, that's actually a pretty large amount of money.
Levine worries without his grant, the labor-intensive farm will not break even this season.
It's a little demoralizing when you see this sort of glimmer of light.
The farmers gathered on Friday all made direct pleas to legislators, hoping and relying on those funds becoming accessible. The Trump administration froze these types of federal funds because they do not align with his vision for America.
When Abraham Lincoln created the USDA in 1862, he very quickly called it the People's Department.
Rhiannon Hampson is the former Maine State Director of USDA Rural Development. She worked under the Biden-Harris administration. She says it's not easy to get a federal grant, and there are checks and balances which she oversaw as director.
We reinvest these dollars that then go back to work for our communities again. Small rural businesses, and farms are small rural businesses, are worthy of having their own tax dollars come home to work for them.